All right, so we have some fantasy busts we have to discuss, of course. Let's see here. Oh, let's check out this comment real quick. I got Puka, A Chain, and Anthony Richardson off waiver and traded them all for AJB. Nice. ETN in week 4. And AJB was slumming and they were all healthy. Good job. Yeah, you played a long game. You good job. Good job. You know how to keep your roster afloat through trades, through waivers. Shit, yeah, I mean, my bad. Yeah, man, I like this league. I want to. Yeah, I'm next year. Coach is going to get into some tough leagues. I'm trying to do a 16 team league. I'm going to do a dynasty league, and I'm going to do. I know I don't want to do a best ball. I got a few hard ones I want to try to do myself next year. Let me see. You think Waddle, Kenneth Wallet, Jerome Ford for Eckler and T. Higgins is a good trade. Waddle, Kenneth Walker, and Jerome Ford. 3 for 2. See, I like Higgins because him and Burrow are really going to start popping off. I don't like Eckler because their schedule, I don't think it's easier. But I don't like Kenneth Walker. And Waddle's targets get limited. Yeah, I like the trade because I still think the target value for Eckler and Higgins are a lot higher than all 3 of Waddle, Kenneth Walker, and Jerome Ford. Absolutely. Jerome Ford is the best of those 3. And you're getting 2 good ones with Higgins and Eckler. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I like that trade. Is it fair? Yeah, it's still fair. I mean, he's got 3 good players. The only difference is with your roster, you are putting limited target value on your roster when you could add more target value to your roster. That's all it is, really. So where Waddle can get you 17, Kenneth can probably get you 10 to 13. Hopefully he gets in the end zone type work thing. Where Jerome can get you 15. You got Higgins who can easily get you that 15 just off PPR alone. And then you have Eckler who could definitely get you 18 because he's the running back who can catch. So that's basically what you're getting for giving up Waddle, Kenneth, and Jerome. Let's see. I take Eckler side. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I take the Eckler side. Probably not, especially if Eckler is his best back. He probably won't. He probably not, especially if you're giving him Kenneth Walker. He's going to look at that. I don't know. He might take it. Because you're giving him Waddle. So, I mean, Tua is they throw a lot of touchdowns and outside of the bad game they had, they throw a lot of touchdowns. So, yeah. It's I think he would accept it. He might have a counter, and you may have to accept the counter depending on which one of those players you really want. I would say it that way too. 12-man PPR, Mahomes, Murray, Chase, AJB, London, Cooper, Rice, C. Watson, ETN, Walker. Yeah, make the trade. See if you can make that trade. It'll help your roster, especially because you have Murray. You have Murray and yeah. I'd make the trade. I dropped the so okay. No problem. All right, so let us go and talk about the ones that basically let us down this week. Ooh. So at the bottom at number 5, and it sucks because we just got to talk about him. Kenneth Walker, 16 rushing yards, 1 reception, 1 yard, and for 2.7 points. And here's the thing. I told you guys about Kenneth Walker this year. I had a good year last year. I just wasn't really sold on it this year. I'm not sure why I wasn't. And maybe it's because when I saw them draft Zach Cabernet, I was like, oh, why would they do? Maybe it's things like that that kind of tear me away from other things. You know what I mean? And it's not like he had a breakout training camp. And I listened to, I remember, guys, I read those types of reports of what's going on with these players in training camp and stuff like that. So it's not like he had it's just, I wasn't really sold on him. I didn't drop him or move him up. I kept him where he was in drafts because I figured for what he can do, that's the best place he would go, right? But yeah, not against these Ravens who are playoff ready. So no, he did not have a good game. And Cooper Kupp, another week, another bad game, to the point that, yes, we have big news. We have a big pickup. Carson Wentz is joining the LA Rams, because I guess Matthew Stafford is dealing with yet another injury. So we'll see what happens with because it's not looking good for the Rams receiving core right now as dealing with their quarterback issue. So we'll see what happens. But as Sean McVay can only do, he can only find and plug. So we'll see if the plug worked. But Cooper Kupp had 2 receptions for 48 yards, y'all. 6 yummy fantasy points. Devontae Adams, 4 receptions, 34 yards, 7 points. And you know what? Yeah, he was a dud this week. But again, he's happy. And I don't think this is going to continue. I do think this is where it kind of takes off. Because I think everybody is happy with the Raiders, with what's going on with the Raiders right now. All right. At number 2, 51 rushing yards, 2 reception yards, 2 receptions, 4 8 yards, and a fumble for 5.9 points. That is Mr. Bijan Robinson. Yeah. And at number 1, don't worry, he was pretty much a loser this week. But bro, that's not gonna stand. One thing you can't do against Vic Fangio's defense is throw it to your tight end. Sorry, if you've never known that, you know it now. No tight end has a good game against Vic Fangio. Okay. I think 5th fewest is what they're allowed. Something crazy like that. 3 receptions for 14 yards. Bam, there it is. They still won this game, ironically, right? Because they had to go elsewhere with those passes. And they still went to a tight end, but it was the way they ran the routes. Travis Kelce was trapped all day. Their main target, Travis Kelce, he was not getting those targets or those yards against this defense. So that he got you 4.4 points. But again, stuff like that from Bijan, from Travis Kelce, you ain't got to worry about that lasting every single week. No. All right, so
thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.